We are really excited to introduce our new packaging for Renae's Red Snappers. We've introduced a few different things. So we have 8-foot, 10-foot, 12-foot, and 14-foot sets, and we have extra clamps available as well, or an extension kit. So if you had a 10-foot frame, you can upgrade, add that, and then you'll have a 12-foot set. So they come in all the same lengths, and you'll have enough to go on all 3 of your leaders so that you can attach the top of your backing, the back of your backing, or the bottom of your backing, sorry, and the bottom of your quilt top. So when you open the package, you will have dowels that will go in between or to connect the rods like this. So you have hollow rods, and the dowels will go inside. I'll open those really quick. Now, if they're a little bit firm to slip in, it can help if you rub a little soap on the dowel, and then you just get it between the two, and you can twist or wiggle or shove however and get them connected. If you warm them up, they'll be a little softer and it'll be easier as well. Then you'll put the rod inside a pocket of the casing. Of the canvas. You have to have a casing. So we've already done that, and our rod, you can see, is inside here, and we just leave that in all the time. Then when you're ready to load, I've found that I prefer to load the back, the bottom edge of the back first. So I know where my middle is, and I know the measurements of my quilt. I know that my backing is big enough that I'm not going to have trouble. I mark the center with a pin, and I put it on the canvas like that. Inside your set of red snappers, you'll have 6 of the 2-inch little clamps, and I put those on the quilt, back or top, whatever you're attaching to the canvas, as much as you need. So if it's a smaller quilt, you only need a few. And if it's a bigger quilt, you may want to add a few more. You'll take them off when you apply the bigger clamps. So, whoop, that wiggled on me. So these are just temporary holders until you add the actual 19-inch clamp. So you'll have several of the 19-inch clamps that will, in fact, I'm going to use right out of this set so that I can explain. When they're brand new, they are a little bit stiff, and some of the customers say, oh, it's hard to press them on. Once you've done it 4 or 5 times, it's not too hard. So these are fresh out of the package, so they'll be stiffer. You can start on the right side, go to the left, left side, go to the right, or you can start in the middle and go out. Whatever you prefer is the best way, and some way will feel natural to you. I like to go right to left. So I use the heel of my hand just to press that on. Now it's important, I'm gonna roll this around, I don't know if you can see it, but right here I have just a bit of the fabric sticking out from underneath the clamp. So it is not halfway under the clamp, it's all the way under the clamp. That way the fabric will not pull out and the clamp won't pop off. So I take off the 2-inch clamp and keep pressing on the next red snapper. I get one more, however many it takes to attach the quilt top. You want to go beyond the edge. And so I'll take that temporary one off, and I'll go all the way to the end of the red snapper. It has to be pushed down. You don't want to stop when you get to the end of the quilt top or back. You want to make sure that the clamp is all the way pressed down. So now I've found that the best way to get my backing rolled on is to throw this up over the canvas leader like this, and then when I roll it, it adds just a bit of tension right here so that it'll roll on nice and smooth as it goes. That will fall down, and now I need to attach the top edge of the back to the canvas. So you can do that by pulling the canvas all the way forward to the roller here, or I can do it on the table down here, whichever way is easiest for me. And it works on all brands of machines. You may have a different roller setup than I do, but it won't matter. You will still attach the top of the back, the bottom of the back, and then if you don't float, if you attach your quilt top, you will attach the bottom edge of that as well. So I still have my little clamps here in my pocket. Ooh. To hold this temporarily. Another one. We sell extra little clamps in packages of 6. If you find that you like to use more than the 6 that come with the red snapper set. I actually like to have more because I always leave one behind here on the right side, which is optional. You can pull that off and use the longer ones if you prefer. I've had a lot of communication from customers that do it this way and that way and every which way. There's really not a right or wrong as long as it is holding your quilt edges of the fabric to the canvas. And if you're careful, I always put it carefully here on the edge so that I know it's loaded straight, which the very first time that may seem awkward, but with just a little bit of practice, it's not difficult. All right. Now I'll roll that up so that I have the quilt backing between the 2 leaders. I'm going to point out I never put this clamp on the very top because it makes it hard for me to press the quilt top on now. I'm going to pull the quilt top roller, the canvas, up, and I'm going to use the bar here to load. Now some machines have a bar up on top here, so you may do it a little bit differently. It may fold around or whatever you need to do to get it onto your bar. But like I said, it doesn't matter what brand you're using. It works the same. So there's my middle. And now I'm going to put the center on the center. You'll notice I don't have batting on there yet. If you have a hard time pressing these on, sometimes when you bend it back a little, it'll open up. It can be helpful. They're not really breakable, so you know, bend them, you can step on them. We haven't found that even after 10 years, people are still using the same set. So it's a great investment when you look at the price and how long they last. They're really a great value. Now I'll roll the quilt top. I'm going to flip this out of the way, add my batting, and I'm attached.